Here we go. Yes! Welcome guys, you're watching Meryl Mania Guitar. I'm Meryl Hamilton and today you're going to learn 5 pentatonic scales, how they all connect across the fretboard and how to actually easily apply these to any key and how to make these be minor and major in one very simple step. So ready for some pentatonic mania? Because here we go, let's do it! Right, so your minor pentatonic scales can be in any key, but for this example to begin with, we're going to learn them in A minor. This is the first pentatonic shape. It has 5 notes in it. So here we go. It starts on fret 5 on the red E string. So we pluck. Then it goes to fret 8, same string. Then fret 5 on the yellow A string. Then fret 7, same string. Then fret 5 on the blue D string. Fret 7, same string. Fret 5 on the orange G string. Fret 7, same string. Fret 5 on the green B string. Fret 8, same string. Fret 5 on the purple E string. Fret 8, same string. Okay, now as notes, these are as follows, because now I'm going to say it as letters instead of numbers. So, same thing, but A, C, D, E, G. Then it starts again, back to the root note. A, C, D, E, G. Then it starts again, root note. A, C. Now, when we play this, we should actually really be using more fingers, like this. So first finger will always do fret 5. Third finger will be allocated to fret 7 and baby finger to fret 8. Or if you have really big hands, you could use your third finger also on 8. But I have stupid little baby size hands, so like a sissy. So here I go with 3 fingers. So 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Okay? It's good to play it backwards also. Okie dokie. So this would be great over a song or a backing track that's also in the key of A minor. And this is because the key of A minor will often, well, it will share the same notes that you are playing in this scale. So A's, C's, D's, E's and G's. So if in the background we have these sort of chords, A minor, C, G, D. This is where this would fit. For example, of course. So let's just go through all the shapes and how they connect to this, and then I'll teach you later how to transfer them into other keys and make them major, because at the moment this is all in A minor, not major. So let's go into the second shape now. Okay, so basically the first one went up to fret 8 here on the E string. So the second shape is actually going to start here, fret 8 on the E string. So we're going to start here now. So 8, 10 on the yellow A string, 7, which was still part of the first shape, across to 10. On the blue D string, 7, across to 10, on the orange G string 7, across to 9, on the green B string fret 8, across to 10, on the purple E string fret 8 again, and across to 10 again. Okay, so I'll just play it with more fingers. Backwards. Okay, have you spotted a pattern yet as to how these two scales are connecting? So basically, they're overlapping by 1 fret. So they're both sharing the same fret 7s and the fret 8s. This second scale also consists of the same 5 notes. So it starts actually not on A but on C, so it would be this: C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D. So it's the same 5 notes connecting back to the first shape. Now let's try the third pentatonic shape, still in the key of A minor. So that's going to start on the end of the second shape that we just learnt. So on the second shape, it went to begin with 8 and then 10. So the third shape will start on 10. So fret 10 on the red E string, fret 12, same on the next yellow A string, 10, 12, same on the next blue D string, 10, 12. Then on the orange G string, fret 9, over to 12. Then on the green B string, fret 10, over to 13. And then on the purple E string, it's just like the beginning, 10, and then 12. Okay, now with more fingers. Backwards. Okay, again it shares the same 5 notes, but this time starting on D. So it would be this: D, E, G, A, C. D, E, G, A, C, D, E. Also, this connects back to the previous scale in the same way as earlier, because they're sharing the same fret 10s, plus they're sharing a fret 9 on the green B string. So it's really like just one big scale, but we're learning it in bite-sized shapes, I guess. Anyway, next, let's go straight to the fourth shape. I quite like this one. Yeah, I do. I like this one. Okay, so the last shape ended on fret 12 on the E string. So the next shape will begin on fret 12 on the E string, and it will be this: 12, 15, yellow A string, 12, 15 again, blue D string, 12, 14, orange G string, 12, 14 again, green B string, 13, 15, and then the purple E string is the same as the other E string, so 12, 15. Now I have a few more finger jobbies. Backwards. As notes, these are E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G. Okay, so it's all in the key of A minor. A good thing to do is practice playing all of these connecting, and then that way you can master and be a king of the whole fretboard and not just be stuck in one shape. So anyway, there's only one more shape left to learn, and that's the fifth shape. So the previous shape we just learnt, ended on fret 15 on the E string. So the next shape is going to begin on fret 15. Here we go, 15, 17. On the yellow A string, it's the same, 15, 17. On the blue D string, we have 14, 17. On the orange G string, it's the same, 14, 17. On the green B string, 15, 17. On the purple E string, the same, 15, 17. Okay, now with a few more fingers, 15, 17, 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 17, 15, 17, 15, 17. Okay, and again that connected to the previous shape because both shapes are sharing the fret 15s and 14s between them. So there's always a bit of overlapping from one shape to the next shape, and that's how they connect. And it's always the same 5 notes in a given key. So here we have the same notes as earlier, the same 5, but this time it will start on G. So G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A. So that's all 5 pentatonic scales in A minor connected across the fretboard. But once you get to the 5th one, as long as there's enough space on your fretboard, maybe not so much if you're on an acoustic guitar, but basically if there is enough space you could just start the whole thing again. So where the last shape ends, the first one can begin again. So the last shape ended on 17, so on 17 we can start the first shape again from earlier. So 17, 20, 17, 19, 17, 19, 17, 19, 17, 20, 17, 20. Okie dokie. So that's that. Next I will teach you how to transfer all of what we've learnt into every single key. So basically you need to learn the notes across the E string on each fret to do this. So as follows, fret 1 is F. So if we played our first pentatonic scale from fret 1, it's the exact same shape. This would now be the F minor pentatonic scale with a different set of 5 notes in it, and all those other shapes would connect to it as the same as earlier. It's actually all relative. Now, fret 2 is F sharp. It's also known as G flat. It has 2 names. So this, if we started our shape here, would be in the key of F sharp minor or G flat minor. Either way, it's the same shape. And everything would connect to it from there. Fret 3 is G minor. Then we have G sharp or A flat minor if we do it on fret 4. Fret 5 is A, which we've already learnt, so let's skip that. Okay, fret 6 is A sharp or B flat minor pentatonic, so first shape would be here now. And so on, everything would connect from there onwards. Fret 7 is B minor pentatonic. Then we have not B sharp, because that doesn't exist. So go straight to C here. C sharp or D flat minor pentatonic on fret 9. Fret 10, would now be D minor pentatonic. Then fret 11, D sharp or E flat minor pentatonic. Fret 12 would just be your E minor pentatonic. And then fret 13 is fret 1 again, but higher pitch, an octave up it's called. So fret 1 is the same as fret 13, they're both F. F minor. And so on. It just, from fret 13, it's just repeating again on a loop, but an octave up. So you could play everything an octave down or an octave up. Unless you're on an acoustic guitar and it's a bit of a squeeze up this end, which is fine. You don't have to play that end. It's optional. So that's how you transfer your minor pentatonic scale into every single key on the fretboard. So luckily we only have to learn these 5 shapes and not any other shapes because it's changed key. The shapes stay exactly the same and how they connect stays exactly the same. It's all relative, luckily. Next, let's learn one simple, really easy, quick tip, a rule to learn how to transfer all these scales into major pentatonics. Because at the moment they're all minor pentatonics. So let's go back to that A minor, first shape we learnt at the beginning, fret 5. Now, if I play it here, yes, it's in A minor, but what if I want to make it become an A major pentatonic? All we do, shift this shape back 3 frets. 1, 2, 3. So basically we're going to go to fret 2 now, and we're just going to play the exact same shape, the first shape here. And then all your other scales would connect to it from here instead. So we're just playing it on fret 2 instead of fret 5. Now you might be thinking, that's weird. How is it A major when it's starting on an F sharp? It's not even an A. Well, the second note is an A, and this is called a relative minor. So it basically, every scale is kind of in 2 keys. It's really confusing. So when we play it here on fret 2, it's in F sharp minor, but it is also in A major. And the notes here would be this: F sharp, A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp. And then those notes just start again. And those are the notes in the key of A major. Of course, you don't have to start it on fret 2 because it's an F sharp. Maybe it would be awkward. It depends what context you're in, really. You could just skip that and start on fret 5 being A, so it sounds more A major-y to the ear. And that's the same with whatever key you're in. So if we were, for example, in the key of C minor, C is fret 8, and we were playing our first shape here, and we wanted to make it become C major pentatonic, we just shift it back 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, over to fret 5, which is A minor, which we learnt at the very beginning. So this is, the relative minor. So everything is in 2 keys. So the A minor pentatonic is the same thing as the C major pentatonic. So you're kind of playing 2 in 1 there. It's a bit of a mind boggle. But once you get used to it, it's easy cheesy. Now when it comes to practicing these scales, I would recommend practicing every shape on every fret. This way you don't get bogged down just only being able to just play in the key of A minor, because that would limit you if that was the case. Also, I'd practice playing these with a metronome and gradually increasing the speed as you get used to playing them. I would definitely use a finger per fret for each scale. And I would also practice these over a backing track in the key of the scales you're playing. There's tons of these on YouTube. So just type in A minor backing track and probably 10 million will come up. So, or it could be not a backing track, but an actual proper song, as long as it's in the same key as the scales you're playing. Because that's the thing, you want to play your scales over, like match it to the key of the song. Otherwise it will sound really out of tune, maybe. Not always, but probably. Or you could just say, it's avant-garde or it's jazz and get away with it. Sorry, jazz musicians. I mean, no offence. Also, here's some picking tips for the right hand before I go. So, when we're picking one note at a time, I find it helps to steady your hand to begin with on the body of the guitar. So my wrist, sort of like top of the wrist, beginning of the palm, this area. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone because we're not all built exactly the same, but it's resting on the body just above my strings. And then, as I go down the strings, my hand ends up resting on the unused strings that I've just finished playing. So I've ended up with my hand here, resting on all these other strings. They're muted. And that's a good thing because it will help keep them quiet in case you hit them by accident. So it's like we're saying, hey strings, shut up. We're finished playing with you now, so be quiet please. So that's what that's doing. Also, it will just actually help you play it because it's really hard to pick if your hand is in like floating in the air and you have nothing to go by. There's no reference point here. You could easily just hit a wrong string by accident. So it's really good to have a little resting platform. Also, if you're a bit more used to playing the guitar, you could pick alternate. Well, this is what I would definitely recommend anyway. And it's when we pick down, up with our guitar pick, like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, and so on. This will help build speed and flow, but I'm not saying using lots of fingers, resting here and picking alternate is going to have fast, quick results in an instant. Of course, it will take a lot of practice, but once you get used to these techniques, you can become a far more sort of flowy and faster guitarist compared to someone who has a hand floating and uses one finger and just picks down. So I know we have to begin somewhere, but it's something to work up towards eventually. So basically, as a summary, all 5 pentatonic scales connect, all sharing the same 5 notes in the given key that you choose to be in. Think of it almost as one massive scale, but we're just learning it in 5 bite-sized shapes. It's more manageable this way and also more conventional. To transfer them to another key, you just would begin the first shape on a different fret and they would all connect from that point onwards. It's relative. And to transfer all of these minor keys to a major key, you would just move the first shape back by 3 frets. So from fret 5 to fret 2, for example, and then everything would be the major version of it. The 5 notes in it would be a different set of 5 notes though. Now the reason we learn scales are to help us to know which notes work well together. So it's basically when we get a group of notes and they complement each other. It will also help teach us where each of those notes are on the actual fretboard also. And this is really useful for if we want to write a guitar solo or even some songwriting or a lick or a riff. I feel like sometimes learning your scales is like a cheat because it guarantees it will be in tune with itself. It's like getting ingredients together of a cake. Like you wouldn't put like sausages in a cake. Or maybe you would if it's for a dog. Some weird sausage dog. So remember guys, practice makes progress. Stay out of trouble. Eat your vitamins. Give that a little go. It'll put some hairs on your chest. And I'll see you cats on the flippity flop.